I'm Valentina and you're watching Ciao Bella. Today my guests are the beautiful Dessie and Kayla. Hi girls.
Hi.
How are you?
Great. Thank you for having us.
Of course. Thank you for coming here. So let's start talking a little bit about yourself. Where are you from? How long have you been in LA?
I'm born and raised from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So I've been out here now it'll be 6 years in July, which is crazy. We were just saying like, oh my gosh, time flies.
It does.
Seriously. But we mainly both model and we just started hosting a show. So we do a little bit of everything out here.
That's nice. And you, Kayla?
Yeah, and I am from Orlando, Florida.
Okay.
It's actually a small town called Claremont outside of Orlando, but not many people know of it. So I grew up there, lived there until I was about 21 and a half, and then moved to LA. So I've been out here for almost 6 years too, about 5.5 years.
Do you ever go back home?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. We try to go back as much as we can.
Yes. What do you like about your state?
I mean, mine is a super country little town.
Yes.
So we're completely surrounded by water. We go out on the boats all the time. There's a bunch of lakes and everything. So that's something I miss the most. I think it's just being on the boats and on the lakes with all of my family and friends.
Yeah, definitely. I miss my family and my best friends are still all there. So other than that, I don't miss much. I'm from a really small town. We got our first traffic light when I was like 20 years old.
Oh
so there is nothing around us.
So it's very, very small.
Yes.
Okay, so when did you start modeling? How long ago was it? And how did you start? Like,
you go.
Okay. I started modeling randomly. I was on vacation with my family, and my mom saw a swimsuit competition advertised. And she goes, "Oh, you need to enter, you need to enter." And I was like, "No, I don't want to do that." Blah, blah, blah. And I did it, and I ended up winning, and I ended up doing more and more swimsuit competitions, and that's actually how I met Kayla, and one of my other best friends, and my fiance. So it all happened for a reason.
Yeah, seriously, it was a whole series of events that spiraled out of control, basically.
That's amazing.
And mine is pretty similar to that too. In my hometown, I actually had a bikini designer reach out to me and ask me if I wanted to model for his line. So I did, and when that happened, photos started circulating, and then I was asked to do a bikini competition. So I did that. I won. And from there, I went to Vegas. That's where I met Dessie.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then not too long after that, I moved to LA, and then everything kind of took off from there.
Yeah, it's much easier to work from here as a model.
Right. Yeah, doing the commute from Florida to the West Coast is rough.
Yeah,
it is.
When you're doing it once a week.
Once a month from Pittsburgh to LA to do catalog shoots until eventually I was like, okay, why am I not moving?
Yeah.
You know, like if people are willing to fly me out to work, I need to move out here.
Yes.
So.
And the weather is great here.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, also in Florida, but it's very hot.
It's so humid in Florida, though.
Right.
You can't beat LA. I mean, Florida's nice and warm and sunny, but the humidity kills you. You walk out and you're just instantly drenched.
Yes.
We're spoiled here now. I go back home and I'm freezing and it's not even cold and I'm such a baby.
I complain also
70
here.
like,
yeah, right? So what's your advice for young girls that want to like follow your path and become model?
I would say to really put yourself out there as much as you can. Network. With Instagram now, you can do so much, even living in a really small town. So people need to take full advantage of that. Shoot with as many photographers as you can and enter as many competitions as you can. You never know what could happen.
Yeah. You always have to be careful when you start with like photographers because there are so many sketchy ones,
if you feel sketched out, you feel that way for a reason.
Yeah, 100%. And do your research too. Like you should definitely shoot with as many photographers that are reputable.
Yes.
But do your research because it is a dangerous field that we work in because you just never know sometimes, like luckily we've been really, really grateful to have each other in this industry. And like, we've always protected each other. And we, if I am doing a job, I'll be like, hey, have you ever worked with this person? And like, that's the best thing about networking. And like Dessie said, with social media, it's kind of catapulted us into a whole nother world, and we've been able to take advantage of that. So if I would say to girls that are younger that are wanting to get into this industry is just be careful of who you work with, but also network. The things that you're going to regret the most are the things that you don't try.
Yes.
So
do you think it's more difficult to find a modeling career if you are from a small town?
I mean, we both were from very small towns, and like we said, we put ourselves out there, and I entered so many online competitions and then traveled to competitions.
So it's try and try and try.
Oh, yeah.
You can't use the excuse like, I'm from a small town, I don't have any means to do this, because you can do it.
Yes.
Like, we are examples of it.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, we both, like, even when we entered Sports Illustrated, like, we were both like, should we not? Should we not? And it's one of those things, it's like, if you don't, what do you have to lose, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, we only have something to gain because we can go further in our careers and meet more people and have an awesome experience. Or you don't try it all and then you never know. And then you regret not knowing, you know?
You were both on the cover of Sports Illustrated?
Oh, I wish. Maybe soon.
Yeah.
Maybe
Come on, MJ, if you're watching this, we want it. We still want it.
we entered, it was Sports Illustrated's first ever open casting call.
Oh, okay.
So any girl could enter.
Okay.
So this is a perfect example of being from a small town and still being able to do something huge.
Yes.
Obviously, we lived out here when we entered, but it went from 5,000 submissions to 35. And then from 35, Kayla and I made the top 15.
Oh, wow.
So from there, we did Sports Illustrated's first ever runway show, and we shot for their first ever swim line. So it was pretty cool.
Were you two together in the photo shoot?
We did do some together.
Yeah, we
nice.
did. Well, it was funny because we submitted separately, and then we got chosen separately. And then when we got chosen for the top 35, they realized in the midst of that, because we actually... we're like, we need to like start tagging and like, you know, making them realize that we're friends, you know? So on the plane there, we were tagging each other in pictures like, can't wait to go to New York. Like, we're both shooting, best friends. Like, and it just so happened that like we both got chosen. And then MJ, when we were there, was like, wait, you guys know each other? And we're like, we're best friends.
Yeah,
she's like, what?
crazy.
That's great. Yeah, so you low-key did that to be together.
And then she ended up putting us on the same photo shoot schedule. Like, we were originally supposed to shoot at different times. And she was like, okay, girls, like, you do your separate ones, but then I want you to shoot together too.
That's great.
Yeah.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
It was a great experience, and just meeting that whole team and having that connection is something I think we both have dreamed of.
Oh my God, yeah.
Well, I mean, Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, it's like the top of the top. It's like what you dream of when you're a kid and you want to be a model, you know?
Yeah. So how long ago did you become friends? How many years ago?
We think it was seven-ish, maybe over.
That's a lot.
It's like about 7. We're a common law marriage now.
That's what we always say.
What do you think is the secret for the perfect friendship, at least for you? What was the...
It's so easy with Kayla. Like, we're very similar, and we're stubborn, but we listen to each other. It's kind of like a real relationship, you know, communication and trust. And Kayla's always there for me. So I think that's the biggest thing in friends. Like, who can you count on? Yeah. And I can always count on Kayla. So
same.
It's easy and fun.
Yes, it is. And you can work together. So it's amazing.
We've been really fortunate to be able to like not only have our friendship, but to be able to like put that friendship into our work life as well. I think that's kind of also what's taken us to that next level is people see that and they appreciate that, because it's so rare in this industry to even have someone who has your back, let alone someone who's like pushing you to get to the next place. Yeah, you know, especially in LA, like even having girlfriends that are genuine is just, it's really tough out here. Yeah.
It's hard to find a good group of girls. And I think it's true, like when you start to lift other people up, like girls are always competing with each other, compete. And Kayla and I have never done that. And because we've never done that, we've done more with our careers than we would have by ourselves, because we do it together.
Yes, of course.
Definitely.
So it's 7 years. It's a lot of time.
Yeah.
Right. You're going to celebrate when you're to the 10th.
Do like an anniversary.
Need to do a 10-year anniversary.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about Ignite and what it is and what you're doing with them and everything.
good.
Yeah. So Ignite is Dan Bilzerian's cannabis and CBD company. Dessie and I actually did a casting with them back in September, I think. So it was like a long time coming, and we were waiting for a couple months. They were giving away $100,000 contracts to models. And so they threw this whole party, and we went and met with, a bunch of the board of directors and everything like that. And from there, it took a couple of months. And then, like, right after Christmas, they reached out to us and they wanted us to come in. And we were actually both, she had already left for Christmas break.
I was in Pennsylvania.
Oh.
So I was like calling Kayla. I'm like, oh no,
So
they want to meet with us. Like, I'm not going to be able to.
Yeah.
Kayla did the first interview by herself.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And they were obsessed with her. And she was like, you need to meet Dessie. You need to meet Dessie. Like, we're even better together. And
Our producer now was like, honestly, he's like, I was a little like, I was like, I don't know. Like, is she like faking this thing, or she just like really loves her best friend and thinks that they're going to be really good at this job? And so they offered us the hosting position, and we came back from Christmas break, and we started working with them. So
it was like waiting, and then all of a sudden it was
all
like,
together.
Okay, we're starting in 2 weeks, and we were like, oh my gosh,
that's
okay.
great.
Yeah. So we do the show. It's a show 3 times a week, and it's kind of like a hosting reality show. So we get to be ourselves and have fun. And now our other best friend is involved, Billy Joe.
Okay.
So we have her, and we can bring on our other girlfriends, and it's just been a blast so far.
Yeah, so you're having a lot of fun with
and
this
we just
job,
hit
right?
100,000 YouTube subscribers, and we started YouTube
not
channel
even 3 months ago. Yeah.
Wow,
So
that's
like
amazing.
really fast, I guess, according to different YouTubers.
Is it a live thing, or you just shoot videos and then edit them and put online?
So we do our Twitch channel 3 days a week, which is a live platform. So we interact with our fans in real time.
And we're also live on YouTube, and we're live on Facebook at the same time, and Mixer. So we're live on all of the other channels as well.
It's like 5 different platforms at the same time. But then while we're doing our shows, they're also recording them. So then they're taking clips and videos and putting them onto our YouTube channel.
So you can watch it out also if you lose. Yeah.
Right.
That's amazing. And what do you think? So I've been reading a lot about Ignite and everything, and Dan Bilzerian, then I found you too. And I've been reading a lot of comments. Some of them are compliments, and some of them they're saying, oh, girls that work for Dan are objectified and they are sexualized. What do you think about that?
I mean, I think we've always been feminist in the fact that we love sexuality. We want you to be yourself. And, there's girls that might do more than what Kayla do, and that's up to them. Like, I don't judge people for what they want to do. That's their lives. They can do it. Dan's been nothing but respectful to Kayla and I. And we have a great career relationship, I would say, with him. Yeah. So it's just been one of my favorite jobs I've ever done.
Yes.
So I only have positive things to say about it and him.
Yes, and you can do whatever you want.
Yeah. I mean, we've been given pretty much like full creative control over this. So it's really nice in that aspect. And like she said, Dan is nothing but respectful. And like, obviously there are girls who do different things than we do, but that's their choice,
Yes.
And at the end of the day, people can throw bricks at a glass window all day long,
Yeah, you're really working for him. Like you have your show and everything, so they can't say much about it, right?
Right.
And it's a huge team. I think that's what people don't realize. They hear like Dan Bilzerian, but it's also just on everyday set with us, there's about 10 people on set with us. We don't even see Dan sometimes.
90% of the time we don't see Dan.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're shooting the show in his house mostly, and he's not even home.
Not there.
So it's funny, like he's barely there, and it's a huge company. There's part owners, and there's a lot more to it than I think what people realize.
Yeah, so maybe it's a misconception that they have.
Yeah, I definitely think it's a misconception. I mean, we, aside from the show, we also shoot merch. We also shoot product stuff, and we're knowledgeable about the brand too. Like we're actually brand ambassadors for Ignite. So I think that might be like a little bit of a misconception that people don't understand or realize.
Because maybe they see you there and they say, well, they are just doing videos. No, they know.
Yeah.
They know all about it, right?
Well, and that's what I say to our producer sometimes. Like, just because there's 3 hosts that are women, if it was 3 men, it would be a completely different, like people would think so differently towards it. But because it's us doing it, it's harder, and people automatically will say rude things. But if it was guys doing it, they'd be like, "Oh yeah, that's sick, man. That's so cool."
Yes,
seriously. We definitely have a different barrier that we have to break through.
Yeah.
But I think more so now, like our, the people that are tuning in and watching, they know us more now. Like we've created characters for ourselves, and I think that the more time that goes on, those misconceptions and those, opinions have definitely died down.
Oh yeah.
And so we've had a lot more positive reinforcement lately than in the beginning.
Yeah, because maybe you see those girls that are with Dan just as girls or models. But with you, you have the show, so people started to know you better, right?
Yeah, I think our personalities have definitely taken on their own, so.
Okay. And do you ever prepare before you shoot a video for Ignite, or is just you start and whatever it comes?
I think it depends what we're doing. We're title sponsors of the Mint 400, which is one of the largest off-road races.
Yes.
So we kind of had to study up on that and learn more about off-road racing, which Kayla actually knows more about because her boyfriend's a driver.
Oh, nice.
But it was really fun, and that was our first time going to Vegas. So we definitely tried to learn more there. And even while we were at the event, we were trying to be as knowledgeable as we could.
Yes.
So it depends what we have going on. Yeah.
And you have also some guests on your show, right?
Yeah, we love having guests.
Yeah,
do you decide the guests, or is the team?
It's a team effort. Yeah, we do production meetings every Monday. So we kind of go over like where we want the next shows to go, who we're going to bring on. We had Lindsay Payless on, which I think you've actually had on your show before, right?
I didn't have her on my show, but she has her own podcast
here. She has a podcast here.
Yeah.
So we had her on, and I think she's actually going to be coming back on in the next couple of episodes.
Yeah,
so
she's awesome. And we want to bring more and more guests on. We've had Cal Chop, which is a huge YouTube channel.
Jay Alvarez.
I don't know. I feel like I'm missing someone.
We've had pickup artists come on and talk about relationships and sex. And, I think just breaking the social stigma and like breaking down that barrier for people to just be open with communication, is important. And then, we like to incorporate the brand in that too. And, Ignite is a lifestyle brand. It just is. So I think it makes sense to have a lifestyle just chatting channel where people can talk openly about certain things. And then we have a little bit of fun on the side.
Yeah, of course. I love the thing you're doing with the marketing side with Ignite and everything, because it's huge. It's becoming huge, I think, like billboards, and then you have the merch, and then models.
I think we got into the company at a great time because it's just going to continue to grow. And even with CBD, and everyone's using CBD, and there's so many more products that Ignite could potentially come out with too. So I think it's just exciting time, and the cannabis industry is just continuing to grow.
Oh my God, yeah.
So we're really excited to be on board. And Ignite has been amazing so far.
Yeah, I never tried something like that before, and then I started to watch you too, and then I got the toothpicks.
You did?
Yes.
Oh my God,
and they work.
You like that? Which one? Which flavor did you get?
I got the mango mint, I think.
Oh,
I like. I want to eat them.
I know. Sometimes when we put them in our mouths, they're like falling apart.
They're so good. At one
we're
point,
like, we don't want to take them out of our mouths.
No, right?
They have the calming toothpicks, and we filmed a really cool commercial for Ignite, taking place of Reservoir Dogs. Like we were remaking that scene.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure I had the calming toothpick in my mouth because I was so relaxed and like almost sleepy towards the end. And this is before I knew the product that well. I'm like, wow, I'm so relaxed.
What is going on?
Like,
Right?
well, you have the toothpick with CBD and melatonin in it. And I'm like, why? Like,
you felt super calm during the commercial.
Yeah. This is great.
That's why you looked so cool in that opening scene.
Maybe that's why.
They did it on purpose.
Yeah. And my question was a personal question. Like, if you get the drops, can you bring it on the plane with you? Do you know about that?
Yeah. Well, CBD is legal in all 50 states, so you can bring it. I don't think you can bring it international, maybe, but definitely domestic flights you can.
Because I think it's helpful on the plane.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
The one.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Although I did bring mine to Mexico, so maybe you can take it international.
We don't know, so don't try. But you can definitely bring it nationally and you can ship it nationally. So it's legal, which is awesome.
It is. Okay, so do you have any upcoming projects that you can tell us about? Like in general, modeling or with Ignite?
We just did a photo shoot for Maxim Australia.
Oh,
so that's going to be coming out in like a week and a half.
Yeah,
2
I
weeks.
think it goes on stands for sale on April 18th.
Nice.
Yeah.
Where did you shoot for that?
We actually shot it here in Newport area.
We shot it in Newport Beach. It was my friend's yacht. He let us use it. So they're really cool. We're excited to finally post them, and our article in it is awesome.
What do you like the best about photo shoots? You like the preparation part, like makeup, or you like the shoot itself? Or
I would say definitely the shoot itself. I mean, as far as prep goes, if I have a makeup artist, I do love sitting in the chair and getting my makeup done.
Yes.
It's so relaxing. But definitely during the shoot, and then just being able to look at the photos afterwards and see them come to life, see like your vision come to life.
The whole process.
Yeah, I definitely think the whole process. I mean, we don't love doing our own makeup necessarily because we do it so much. So when we don't have to, we're like, yay, no makeup, hair in a ponytail.
Yes.
But we definitely love the whole process, like Kayla said.
Okay, so thank you so much for coming today. And thank you for watching Ciao Bella. This was Kayla and Dessie.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
for having us.
Bye, guys.